Hi, this is Dr. Luke at ClearSight Center in Oklahoma City, and this is how I place the brand new Toric ICL. So the first thing we do is load the lens, and this is the injector. Here we place both BSS, basic salt solution, as well as a viscoelastic. Then get the lens ready. This is how it's packaged. This is the cotton tip inserter. And place it into the cartridge. Then use a very gentle technique to fold it in, kind of like a taco. You want to pull it back so there's plenty of space to grasp it from the other side. Here, go from the other side and pull it through, making sure that the lens is not rotated while doing so. So here you can see the toric marks have already been placed. They've been placed at 180 degrees. Each ICL is unique. So as we all know, astigmatism has an axis, and there are 360 degrees of lenses that can be made. And they're always placed in the horizontal direction. Here we made a first 1 millimeter incision with a paracentesis with a diamond blade. I placed 1% preservative-free lidocaine. And here we're applying OcuCoat in order to inflate the chamber. Occasionally a bubble can come through. As you can see, this bubble will be removed with the next step. Here we make the primary incision. And this one was a 2.5 millimeter incision. Very much like a cataract incision. And then place more OcuCoat to make sure that the chamber is formed. And here we place the ICL. The most important thing is the leading foot plates need to be anterior or in front of the iris on the other side. You can see it unfolding in the correct way. Again, more OcuCoat to push the ICL down to make it easier to rotate. Now, since this was a superior incision, we now need to rotate the ICL into the horizontal direction and then tuck the foot plates. There we go. Again, you can see this is very easily done in the anterior chamber. The first foot plate is tucked. Typically, I place the distal one first. Now the proximal one. And the next thing we do is place more OcuCoat to, again, push the ICL down into the posterior chamber. And we have 2 more foot plates to tuck. This is the BIA manipulator. Again, distal first, making sure not to touch the optic. There we go. Now the proximal. And we now have the ICL in the posterior chamber. Next thing we do is place BSS to start removing the OcuCoat, as well as Myocol to bring down the pupil to make it smaller. Here we're gently hydrating the wounds in order to allow them to self-seal after we remove all the viscoelastic. Here you'll be able to see the pupil come down as we now add Myocol. The pupil is already getting smaller. And now we use BSS to remove the remaining OcuCoat. Perfect. Now use up to 2 syringes to make sure that there is no OcuCoat remaining in the anterior chamber. Now that the pupil is smaller, I check the wound with a surgical Wexel sponge. Everything looks perfect. And this patient was happy immediately upon standing up.